Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back today with another daily crypto update. As per usual, I'm going to be going over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omesigo, and Lisk. I'm also going to be going over, at the beginning of the technical analysis, IOTA, because it's breaking out today, and I just kind of wanted to update you on that because it was actually one of the cryptocurrencies that was in my top 10 under a dollar. So, I will be going over all of those in just a second. Other than that, go check out Coinbase.com if you want to purchase cryptocurrencies. I have a referral link in the description. They're not a sponsor. I just use them myself, and you can get $10 free when you sign up. So let's get right into, the general market update first. And Bitcoin is having a really nice day today. It's kind of back in its uptrend mode. So up about 10%. That's really good to see. Other than that, Ethereum and Litecoin taking a little bit of a breather today. Bitcoin Cash still moving lower. Like I said, IOTA having a really nice day, up 23%. Lisk, very similar here, doing really good today. Actually, I think called for a move higher on Lisk in my previous daily crypto update. So it's good to see that this one is really breaking out now. And it looks like it's going to get quite a bit of a powerful move here. We'll have to check in the technical analysis, of course. Otherwise, we're kind of mixed today in the altcoin market. Some are doing better than others. We do have some red, though. Verge up around 6%. Power Ledger down slightly, it was up quite a bit yesterday. I will be trying to make a price prediction and analysis video on that one. And, other than that, storage up about 27%. So let's get right into the technical analysis here, starting off with IOTA. As you can see, a couple days ago, we broke out of this downtrend line. We were in a downtrend for quite a while here on IOTA. And that's why, I put in my top 10 under a dollar, because this is a pretty powerful move and it was really well set up. So now we have the MACD that's really, uptrending, moving nicely. I think it's going to be kind of like a move we had over here. You can also check out the MACD, but this is a very nice, strong uptrend on the MACD. Histogram moving upwards as well. And, as far as the RSI goes, of course, we're uptrending, and we now broke above the 70 line, which it had actually tested not long ago. So that's really good to see. It's a pretty big area to break above, and it usually means that the strength of the move is confirmed, if that makes sense. So, right now we're testing about the higher $70 level on the RSI. And yeah, basically this just confirms the strength and bullish move. We broke above this $75 resistance area, which corresponded to, some of the previous candlesticks back here. And if we're able to hold above that, I think that'll be a really good sign. We should be able to move slowly higher. Of course, we're going to face some resistance at this 90-cent mark, and then, a bit higher up until $1. But, after that, we're really going to be off to the races here if we manage to get above $1, I think. So that's good to see. And, one thing that I will mention is if we come and test, about $1.10, we could always see a pullback down back to this resistance level. That does tend to happen with some of these bigger breakouts. It really depends, though, but if we make it above $1, that'll be, a very good sign. And ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen for IOTA. It's moving as predicted. It should be a pretty powerful move like we had over here. So everything's looking pretty good. The Bollinger Bands are expanding nicely. The middle band, the brown line, is moving upwards. So it's looking good. And yeah, I will definitely keep you guys updated on how IOTA is acting. But let's get right into our normal schedule now, starting off with Bitcoin. Sorry, I chose the wrong exchange there. And so as you can see, we have a little bit of a V-shaped bottom that we put in. That's a good sign, and it means that, we're back sort of in our uptrend mode, like I said, right? So what you have to realize is we bounced nicely off the secondary trend line over here. We made our way back above the initial one, and that's going to be, the new trend line to pay attention to, the new support level. Of course, we have the middle band, the brown line, that will also be serving as support here. And now we're going to just be looking to make our way back above, sort of this $7,500 area. Of course, the high of $7,888. If we're able to get above that, we'll pretty much be off to $8,000. We could see that relatively soon now at this point, maybe in the next week or two, if there's enough strength. Of course, it really depends, right? We may face a bit of resistance like I said, in the $7,500 area, but I think we'll hold this uptrend line from now on and get kind of back in our uptrend mode. The indicators are also looking really nice right now, with the RSI back above this sort of 68 area, and we also bounced really nicely off this $43, so 43 area on the RSI. That's a good sign as well. Also a bit of a V-shaped bottom there, and the MACD really kicked back upwards. It may take a little bit of time to get back to the orange line, but overall here it seems like it really wants to kick it back as quickly as possible. Histogram moving back up nicely, and I do like this MACD formation, to be honest. It's a nice big hook, and we should be looking to cross over pretty soon, right? So, you know, maybe a bit more strength will come into Bitcoin than expected. It was obviously a bit weak in the past couple of days with all the Bitcoin Cash drama, but it recovered really nicely, and, you know, is kind of back in action already. So looking good here for Bitcoin. Moving over to Ethereum now. Having a bit of a pullback today. You know, it was actually one of the altcoins that was acting better in the past couple days. Not to say that it's acting bad now. You know, it's just experiencing a bit of a pullback / consolidation, and it is still making a higher low and higher high. That's good to see. You know, we're now completely above the middle band, which is good. We made our way above this black line, which is now going to be support. So we have a lot of a cushion. You know, right now we're back above the uptrend line on the downtrend line on the RSI. MACD, you know, not the most powerful move, but it's moving up nicely. And one thing that I want to point out about the MACD is I think it's going to be kind of indicative of the move that we're going to see. So, you know, we made a high of $340 today. I think I want to be looking towards a move towards $350. And if we look at the MACD, you know, previously, we can see this move right over here and how the price acted. So it looked like the MACD is going to be pretty similar here on this next move forward. So it may be a little bit more of a drawn out move, but overall, I think we should be making our way to 350, and then hopefully around there we can really get, you know, some kind of breakout and maybe some bullish news or something to really get enough strength to make our way back to 400 and really test and try to break through that, right? But overall, very similar move that we had over here, I think, will be happening, moving over towards $350. But overall, Ethereum, you know, looking good still and taking just a bit of a breather. So let's move over to Litecoin. Now, Litecoin is actually doing a little bit better than Ethereum today, you know, but I have to point out that it wasn't doing as good as Ethereum just a day or two ago. So, you know, they're kind of trading places, if that makes sense. Litecoin up slightly today, you know, a little bit above 1%. It's facing a bit of resistance at this sort of upper Bollinger Band, so $65 area. And, you know, same thing, making higher lows, higher highs still. A little bit of a short-term uptrend in the making, which is nice to see. Of course, we have this more long-lasting uptrend line, which is going to be, you know, the really big support level to pay attention to. But I really want to see Litecoin now make a move back above this $67 mark, which, you know, it struggled with now 2 times while we were recovering from this big crash we had. And I think this 3rd time will be a charm. We will be able to break above the $67 mark. I might make a video on that today, you know, kind of going into more detail. But definitely think we can break above that, and yeah, that's going to be the move we want to see, right? Break above $67, hold above that, and then really make our way back to, you know, the $80 mark and really go over $100, right? MACD moving up nicely, a little bit on the flatter side, but still moving up nicely, and RSI did make its way today above the uptrend line, so looking good, you know, not the most strength just yet, but we should be seeing that coming in the near future. So I like its setup right now, and we're just gonna have to wait until the day comes where it really gets its the push it needs to break above $67. Let's move over to Ripple. Ripple, you know, up slightly as well today, still bouncing around a lot, and, you know, made its way above this resistance level, the black line, up above 21 cents, fell back below that, came and even tested the support, black support line over here. So that's at 18 cents, and, you know, bounce between those two, now consolidating with a relatively flat candlestick at around 20 cents. You know, the MACD is now above the orange line, so we are kind of uptrending on that, but it's pretty flat, having a little bit of trouble with that. We do have a nice little, you know, kind of uptrend going on the histogram, depending on how you draw it, but that's something to pay attention to. We're now back above the RSI uptrend line. That's good to see. And, you know, I think we may be seeing a little bit of a push here, it looks like, for Ripple. It hasn't been acting the strongest, but it has been holding above the uptrend line on the chart over here. So just going to be looking for really a move that pushes us above this 21-cent mark, at which point we can hold above that and then hopefully really break out of this downtrend line. The only problem is, you know, it does have a lot of resistance, unfortunately, with previous candlesticks and stuff. So it's a little bit of a struggle right now for Ripple, but ultimately, you know, I think we can, and hopefully we will see it really be able to break out of this sort of messy area, at which point it can kind of return to some more bullish price action, right? But it might still struggle a bit more, and that's currently what it's kind of having to deal with. It's doing pretty well, though, considering everything. Moving over to NEO. NEO, very flat candlestick here, down slightly, and, you know, pretty much doji candlestick. Very flat on the MACD, so not giving us much information there. RSI, you know, a little bit of a downtrend line here in the making. Just something to pay attention to, right? Kind of insignificant for now. But, you know, still above the uptrend line. That's good to see. Overall here, just kind of consolidating, having a bit of a struggle. Still very range bound in between these two black lines, so $34 and $24. We're just going to want to make sure that it uptrends along the pink uptrend line and really eventually makes its way above $34, at which point it can get some more powerful, you know, strength, right? And let's go over to Vertcoin here. Still getting a lot of questions on Vertcoin, you know, not doing too bad here, up 5%. Still in its consolidation mode, though, in between the pink line over here at $4 and, you know, about 83 cents and $3.36. We are holding above the middle band, right? The brown line, that's currently at $4.24. That's what I want to see. That will help support the price and hopefully be able to, you know, sort of slowly push it higher. And what I really want to see for Vertcoin, you know, I'm fine with it consolidating, especially in the higher range over here. That's good to see, but I want to see its way, make its way up above this $4.86 and start consolidating between $6 and $4.86. I think that would be a nice position to be in. You know, we are now uptrending on the MACD. On the histogram, the MACD is slowly starting to, you know, flatten out now, and hopefully we can get a crossover pretty soon. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. But it's looking like a good setup in the making. We managed to, you know, hold our head above water here on the 52 area on the RSI. Want to see this move higher now, and not looking bad, you know, just kind of having some consolidation, but completely, you know, healthy price action for now for Vertcoin. Going over to Monero now. Unfortunately, Monero consolidating a bit more. I kind of felt this coming with, you know, the two previous candlesticks. I'm not bearish on it or anything. You know, I think that we just need this before we can really see it break back to its all-time highs, which should happen pretty soon. You know, it may take, you know, 2-3 weeks or something like that. The MACD, though, is tapering off a bit. We definitely don't want to see it cross back over below the orange line or anything like that. Same thing with Instagram, still tapering off a bit. RSI as well, we may get a test of this $57 line on the RSI. So maybe still, you know, more consolidation here and a bit of a pullback that we could see. But overall, just want to make sure that it can get above this $122 area and consolidate in this higher range over here, which would, you know, make it easier to really break above that $137, which is kind of the final resistance level before we could get probably a test of the all-time high. Moving over to Omisego. Omisego down a bit today, actually almost 4%. Still trading, you know, above the middle band, which is at currently at $6.99. It looks like, so that should make its way above $7, which is good. And, you know, it's moving as expected, even though it's down today. If you haven't watched my previous daily crypto update, what I said what should happen, right, and it looks like that's what's happening right now, is basically if you look at the Bollinger Bands, right, in the middle band, right, the brown line, we were obviously downtrending for a while. We're now starting to flatten out a bit, and that's good to see, but it just might create some consolidation, which is kind of what we're seeing now. And then hopefully once that consolidated enough, we can really start, you know, rounding back up and moving in a more upwards direction, right, with a bit of uptrend support. Now, we're currently trading, between sort of this $8.41 and kind of $7 area, basically, because that corresponds to these two uptrend lines over here, right? One of them is serving as support, the bottom one, and the upper one is currently acting as resistance. So I think we're still going to trade above these two things for the next couple of days, which is kind of what's happening right now, as you can see. But overall, we should move higher and then hopefully be able to break above this upper one to really make our way back to $9.83 and hopefully break above that and get into this range over here. That's a bit higher, and we get us closer to the all-time highs like Monero. So as far as the indicators go, we did dip back below the uptrend line on the RSI. Obviously not the best sign. And the MACD here uptrending, but yeah, we're just gonna have to see how the price acts, especially here in the next couple days. Definitely don't want to see this, break down. I definitely want to see it hold the uptrend line, at least the one that's acting as support, obviously, right? Final cryptocurrency of today is going to be Lisk, and Lisk, just acting amazing today, up 18% now. Really took off on the MACD, kind of like what happened over here. We're back above the 70 line on the RSI, so that confirms the bullish move. And we actually kind of, let's see. I think we may have actually, we moved above the high here over previous high, $8.63. And yeah, we did actually make a new high over here. So we didn't hold above that, unfortunately, just yet. But it should be happening relatively soon. And, really taking off, same thing on the histogram. But as far as the price action goes, right, what happened was, well, we were obviously seeing the powerful move like we did over here, where we really just kind of took off, expanded Bollinger Bands and everything. And, yeah, managed to break above the $7.63 area. So that's going to be the new support level to pay attention to in the short term. Of course, resistance at about $8.62 and the high of today at $8.78. So it looks like it may not be able to break above that just yet. We could see a bit of consolidation in between these two black lines for, just in the short term. But if there's enough strength, we could even see this move in the next couple days above the high over here and really just set in a new sort of support level in this above, $8 and maybe even 80 cents, at which point I guess we would be moving towards $9 really, and if we can get above that, that would put us in a whole new ball game for Lisk. And yeah, good cryptocurrency. It's moving up. It deserves it. Looking good here. Might see a bit of consolidation, but overall moving as expected and moving very nicely, right? This concludes the daily crypto update. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. And yeah, thanks for watching. We're going to have a great day.